Hidey-Ho Friends, it's Michelle with the Weekly Meltdown. This is my weekly video where we talk about my thoughts on what I've melted in my home. This week we are talking Scentsy wax that I've melted over the last 2 weeks. Not a huge stack in front of me, but I did finally have some cooler weather where I felt it was appropriate to melt some of the bricks. Well, the only 2 bricks that I got. So we will talk about my thoughts on those. And I have another little stack in front of me of a couple things that are available and a few things that are not available. We do talk about discontinued scents because they're either in our stash or they're in our club, because they could come back, right? Any day. You never know. So it's always good to hear thoughts on those. Let's start with Orange Spice and Everything Nice brick. This is freshly brewed winter orange tea with hints of mulled spices and vanilla bean. And cute Christmas tree shape. And thanks to Patricia Gates, I started watching her video and then I went and grabbed my bricks so I could just write them on the back. She gave us the equivalent of bar size cubes for each of these, so we kind of knew what we were working with, you know. This top one that was 3.5 cubes, I actually cut that in half and put that among 2 warmers, and then these 2 I did not cut in half. So 4 warmers worth of wax in my large living room with high ceiling and like entryway area, and so that's 9.5 cubes worth, whereas normally we have 8 cubes worth, so a little more than usual in the same area. And strength wise, this did good. It did not knock me out of the park or anything like that, but it did hold its own for about a day. Very few wax bars from Scentsy are lasting more than a day for me here lately. Maybe it's just my house, but that's the way it is for me. As far as the scent, it boils down to, it's just a generic orange scent. There's nothing special about it or unique. I kind of felt like it was a little diluted and artificial almost, like what someone would think an orange smells like, not what an orange really smells like. Yes, the diluted part could be on purpose because it being a tea, but to me a tea also has a certain scent to it that sets it apart, and that's not here. Spice, very little, kind of like a tea would have, but it just did not wow me. I'm glad I tried it. I was hoping it was going to be like terrific and I would love it even more than my spiced orange harvest. But it's not, and I'm good with the 1 brick I have. I will try to finish it probably this year. That way I don't have it next year. We'll see how that goes though. One day of putting the rest of this throughout my entire house would do it, if I wanted to smell it throughout my entire house a day that I was home. Anyway, next, Holly Jolly Cider. This one did wow me. It is warm apple cider infused with cinnamon stick and a whiff of evergreen. Maybe this is why I've been a little disappointed with Scentsy scents lately. The scent, the name of it does not match this actual scent. The scent notes doesn't really match the scent either. A hint or a whiff of evergreen. Evergreen is what I got most in this scent. Not overly, I do like evergreen scents, pine, fir, whatever. So there is that, but that's definitely what I got up front and the majority of. followed by like an apple cranberry type note. I would definitely compare this to Be Merry. Amp up that green note and maybe even leave the cranberry note about the same. Just add more of the evergreen. I really liked this. I will be repurchasing. Yeah. I think I liked it better even warm than I do on cold. It just does not come across very strong on cold, I don't think. And it did well. It held its own in the living room. And as you can see here, so I kind of did the same thing. These three went in the living room and entryway. And then I took this cube and this cube, which are worth 2 normal size cubes. And those went into the kitchen. So, yeah. I really like it. I'm buying more. I had considered in my order on December 1st getting 2 more bricks of this scent. That's how much I love it. But also, I'm not sure if I'll put it in my club. But I do want to have some on hand. Anyway, but I was watching Allie's Amazing Scents channel. I was watching Allie show a haul of hers, and she got 4 bricks of the, is it Cozy Flannel? Something like that. And she made me really want to try that one. So I think I'm going to get the bundle of 2 bricks with another Holly Jolly cider and one of the Cozy Flannel brick. Stay tuned. You never know if I'm changing my mind. I don't know either. Okay. Next, we've got a few more that I believe are still currently available. I meant to check that before I started. Let's talk about one I know is available. Dashing. And apparently I can't connect to the internet for some reason. This is Irresistible Vanilla and Creamy Mahogany will leave you swooning under fresh night skies. So the first time I warmed this, I was very impressed. It is definitely reminiscent of Ravenclaw. And it's got the vanilla and a woodsy note, almost like a leather note. But there's just something about this that comes off waxy, which may be the vanilla. Little waxy to me when it's warm. So I think I will stick with Old Faithful Ravenclaw. It also has an added like musty kind of note to it that's not here. This leans a little more cooler weather, whereas Ravenclaw leans a little more old library type. It's performance. Light to medium, we'll say. And then oops. And then I believe this is still available, Just One Bite. This is Poison Apple, hidden deep in forest woods, blends with warm cinnamon and menacing black molasses. So I love this scent, and that molasses sets this apart so much from just your average apple cinnamon. It brings in this heavy, almost resinous type of molasses. Very good. Highly recommend. Even if you don't like apple cinnamon scents, I recommend that one. And then I have a few that are not currently available, but we're still going to talk about them. Blue Christmas. This is orange peel, clove, fir needle, and cinnamon stick. And it is all of that. To me, that fir needle kind of comes out first, up front, kind of in a similar way that the evergreen and holly jolly comes out, except Here you have oranges in the background with some spice. Here you have the apple cranberry kind of scent. So I would definitely compare those just with different citrus fruit type background. Next is pink poinsettia. This was a brick in 2021. It is crisp plum, blackberry, and a burst of pomegranate. And man, I think if this came out with a different name in the springtime with a stronger strength, a better strength to it, I think it would do very, very well. So, Scentsy, if you're listening, yeah, bring that back, amp it up, name it something else. You know, marketing, I don't know if y'all watch, there's other YouTubers that talk about marketing quite a bit and wax. Maybe that's part of the issue with me not liking some of these. All right, moving on. I don't want to get off subject here. Hemingway. Rich, ripe apples and warm, woody accents of sandalwood and cedar with hints of spice. So this is in my club. I was so glad that it came back in the Bring Back My Bar this summer. It is apple and spice and almost like a cologne apple woodsy spice kind of to it. Not like your normal apple and spice, cinnamon, you know, craft store type scent. This has a great woody note in it. And performance, light to medium. I guess it depends on your house, but yeah, light to medium for me. Okay, that's it. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.